Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
Brown Boy Wonder Podcast presents Disney Rewatch. Let's watch a Disney Channel original movie.
Welcome to the Disney Rewatch edition of the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Every month, my guest and I are going to rewatch our favorite Disney DComs. Today, we're going to talk about the 1999 Johnny Tsunami. The reason why we had this whole schedule of the Disney rewatches is because of this movie right here. This movie is the reason why we have this series here. Other than that, let me bring on my guest here. My first guest, he usually says, "Hee-hoo!" It's Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today?
Hee-hoo. I'm doing good.
Doing good. Of course, my last guest, he can name all the islands in Hawaii. It is Daniel. Daniel, how are you doing today?
Do it.
Okay.
Do it right now.
One's called Jerome. The other one is called Lake Titicaca. The third one is called Jeremy. And then you've got Hawaii, and that's all of them.
You know what that was?
What?
That was some urchin behavior.
It was big time.
I'd rather hang out with Cyborg, frankly.
That is Jackson. May he rest in peace.
Oh, yes. Well, as you can see through video or Spotify, I am cosplaying as Johnny Tsunami. I am wearing the watermelon shirt. Hopefully Johnny wears that.
His classic watermelon shirt that he's never once been seen wearing.
Oh.
I have the puka that he usually wears.
You said it right.
Puka.
Wait, he didn't wear a puka shell necklace. He had the Maui like fish hook necklace. It was the white boys on the island had the puka shells.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm cosplaying as a white guy. That's what I'm doing here.
That one does seem more correct.
That fits.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, that's the one.
I'm cosplaying as Johnny's white friends in Hawaii. So
Just a white guy. Just a normal white guy.
But yes, this is Johnny Tsunami, the most famous movie of the DComs out here.
Of all time.
All time.
That isn't. I don't even think that's true, but I'll let you have it.
Thank you. Of course, this was directed by Steve Boyum, and it is time for the Rotten Tomatoes prediction here, or guess. What do you guys think was the audience score? Because this, of course, was not filmed. Oh no, excuse me, it was filmed. It was not in theaters. It's a TV movie, but the audience has scored this movie. What do you guys think it is?
Well, okay, we have to keep in mind that none of them have been reviewed particularly well.
Yeah.
So I think even though this one is like pretty good, but it's not like the best, I would say like a 60. I think we're looking at a 60.
Okay.
I was also thinking somewhere in the 60s. Just, television movies in general, let alone kids' television movies, aren't going to get scored super great. I think this is on the higher end of what we've watched so far.
Mm.
I'm going to say 68.
All right. Well, the audience scored it at 62%.
Damn, we were close. We almost got him.
It is high. It's close to 70, almost. But it's
that's still not a passing grade, but it's fine.
Is 60 considered fresh in Rotten Tomatoes? I thought it was.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, if it's an audience score, not a critic score, I think 60 is fresh. I don't know. Does it have the little? Is the popcorn bucket knocked over? I don't think it is. Right?
I don't think so.
It's
It's not.
standing upright. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's so stale popcorn. We have it, but this movie is not stale. Let's get into the cast here. Of course, our first cast member. He's a very famous actor. He played, of course, Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat movie. It is Cary Tagwa
No.
as
You just skipped. Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Takawa as Johnny Tsunami Kapahala. And the next cast member is, of course, the coolest kid in this movie. It is Brandon Baker as Johnny Pono Kapahala II.
Oh, I don't think he's the coolest kid in this movie.
Okay. When I was watching this movie as a kid, many times, I was like, man, that's me. I'm that kid.
You know what's funny about that, Abrar?
Yeah.
When I was watching this movie today, I thought, man, that's Abrar.
Yes, thank you. Man,
I was like, this is the most Abrar movie. Because you as a young boy, as a young man, moved from the state of New York to Texas, and I'm like, this is Abrar's life. This is what he did.
Exactly. This is my life story here.
I was like, this is exactly why this is Abrar's favorite movie.
He's brown, I'm brown, he moved, I moved.
Yeah. And you show up just like how he's like, what's shaking, bruh? You show up and you're like, the Jets! And everyone boos you and throws things at you.
Watermelons, to throw watermelons at me.
They threw watermelons at you, yeah.
Of course, we have the mom of the film, Mary Page Keller, as Melanie Kapahala. Of course, he's also, if you guys remember from Karate Kid 2, he was the enemy of what's his face.
He was like the nephew of the other bad guy.
Yes.
Who like tried to kill Daniel-san.
Yes.
I've seen Karate Kid too.
There we go. Of course, we're talking about Yuji Okamoto as Pete Kapahala, the dad of the film. Next cast member, Lee Thompson Young. You should know him as Jed Jackson in the Disney DCOM as Sam Sterling.
No.
And as Daniel pointed out earlier, he's also, not that Abrar would know this because he hasn't gotten far enough, but he's also Cyborg on Smallville.
Yes.
That's his real breakout role. That's what we should know him from.
No, it's Jed Jackson. Come on, man.
Who the fuck is Jet Jackson?
It's
another Disney Channel thing.
Is this person related to True Jackson VP or no?
No.
Then I don't care. Then I don't care.
Yeah. He also is no longer with us. This guy.
Is he? Oh, when did he pass?
He died a long time ago.
He without getting into too many morbid details, he passed a long time ago.
This is the first time I'm hearing. Damn. R.I.P. to him. R.I.P. to Jed Jackson then.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, let's cover his dad here. I do not know how to pronounce his first name here.
Let me
Scott.
see. Let me take a look at this.
Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, that one is tough.
Cyik.
I think that's an L, but yeah.
Oh yes, that's an L.
Cylk.
What am I looking at?
So my brain wants to say silk.
It sounds Silk. Yes.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Silk's Cozart as Sergeant Sterling. And of course, our returning character, not a returning, but
Disney Channel icon.
Disney Channel icon, Xenon Christian Storms as Emily. And the rest, we do not care.
No, they don't matter.
They
were here, but we're not reading all that.
But of course, I always have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a urchin, aka a surfer, or a sky, aka a skier?
I'd
Probably an urchin.
Yeah. I would rather be a sky because then I'd be rich, but I would definitely snowboard.
Yeah, well,
who am I going to listen to? Brett?
It is. Yeah, Brett's kind of the deal breaker, isn't it?
Econ.
They are. It is a private school, and they wear the uniforms, and they act all snotty. But like that school wasn't very special. Like they still got slop lunch like anybody else.
True. But we don't
That
know
is
what kind of slop they were working with at Maple, whatever the fuck, the public school.
I would assume the same exact thing.
Yeah.
It was the same lunch lady. She just worked
Yeah.
both.
She has to commute in between lunch hours.
That's tough. But yeah, I'm also feeling an urchin, of course, as you can tell.
I mean, you're supposed to. They're
Right.
the ones that are the easygoing,
Easygoing
free
guys. Not as you said, snotty as a Sky. A Sky sounds rich to me.
people. Yeah, thank
God,
you.
I hate skies.
Thank you.
Oh no! Oh, I just got that. But yeah, don't you want to be a Skyler?
No,
All right.
I wouldn't say that either look easy, but I feel like snowboarding looks more fun than skiing, I guess. I don't know.
It does look more fun. I mean, you have to use 2 arms to ski. Snowboard, you use no arms.
This, at the end of the day, this is an eat the rich movie, so
Yeah. Yep.
I'm with the poor urchins.
Yeah.
Have either of you been skiing and or snowboarding before?
No.
So I've done both, and I will say skiing is way easier. So the rich people being like,
Mm.
oh, skiing is way better. It's like, bro, you don't know. Like you don't even have to try really to be able to get down the hill on skis without falling off.
Did you French fry
snowboarding
pizza?
is tough. I mean, yeah, that's what you do.
French fry pizza.
Also, you
snowboarding
like-
is way better.
Yeah. I mean, also skiing, like, don't you need balance, or does the things help you
need
to balance?
You need balance for both, but it's way easier to balance on skis.
You need balance for everything. You need balance just to walk down the street.
That is true.
I also do work at a ski shop currently, and I will say, it is only like the worst people that walk in.
Yeah,
You know that they're skiing.
yeah. you work like a high end ski shop in like the snotty part of town too.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I can only imagine.
We get some real people. Let me tell you.
I'm sure you got a lot of Bretts there.
I don't know if I've met like a Brett type. Usually, I don't have to mess with the customers too much, but it's not. Mostly, it's like Karens.
Yeah, I bet Brett's mom's name is Karen.
I'd be willing to bet.
All right. Well, let's get the plot going here, guys. The film starts out when Johnny hold on. I'm glitching right now. Give me one moment.
This is important for the audio listeners to know that Abrar's visually glitching. Oh, he's gone. He's gone, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. Gotta keep the... Okay. He's back. He's still glitching. Oh, you know what I think it is?
What?
Oh my goodness. It's your watermelon shirt.
Oh, is it? Oh, no. Hold on. What?
No, because it's glitching out the whole bottom. I don't think it's the shirt.
It's the watermelon shirt. It has to be the problem. It's the puka shell necklace. Now that I'm looking at that, is that even actually a puka shell necklace?
It is.
Hold it closer to the screen. Let me see. Or maybe.
I don't know. I don't know enough about puka shells.
I got it from there. Hold on, guys.
Well, no, you did not get it from there because this movie takes place in Hawaii, and you got it in Belize.
That is true. What is happening here?
Okay, we've now reached the point where you're going to have to edit all this out because you just... he's going insane!
Oh, God!
He's the Pokemon Missingo!
He's smart housing.
Oh,
God!
No! Oh, why are Anthony and Ray missing this? That's upsetting.
They're never here when the fun happens.
No, they're not. The fun can't happen while they're here.
That's true.
This is a no crab fun zone.
Now I'm just frozen. Okay, let me. Damn, this sucks. Well, I'm gonna turn off the camera here, guys.
Okay.
All right. Let me
Now
back.
I'm gonna ask, are you gonna edit any of that out?
I want to keep everything in. It's important for the listeners here.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into the plot here, guys. The film starts out when Johnny Kapahala is living in Hawaii. He chills with his friends and starts to explain about his grandpa that he saved 3 people from a plane crash in the ocean. The survivors hopped on to his board and rode away from huge waves. That's why they call him Grandpa. That's why they call his grandpa Johnny Tsunami. Johnny showed his friends Grandpa's this tsunami medallion, which means it was given to the best surfer in Hawaii. Later, we see Johnny participating in a surf competition. He caught a big wave and won the competition. He made it, bruh. While his mom, yeah.
Is that, you think there's something like that is real? That there's a honorary medal best surfer in Hawaii based on vibe and loose surfer merit more than it is actual surfing skill, and then it's just like honor system that the previous owner has to hand it over to the new person dubbed by Island Vibes the best surfer on the islands. Do you think it's real?
I think it's real.
Okay. Then do you think the people of Hawaii would be mad, spoilers, that Johnny Tsunami, the best surfer in Hawaii, gave it to his grandson who lives in Vermont?
It's kind of upsetting if you think about it.
Yeah, a little bit. but we'll get there.
We'll get there. While his mom and grandpa celebrate his win, Johnny asked, "Where's Dad?" Mom explained, "Well, he's at work, but he wanted to be here." Johnny then meets his dad at home. His dad, Pete, low-key telling him that professional surfing doesn't pay a lot through his netstudy.com. Do you guys like his computer desk setup? It's literally middle of the living room.
Well, he doesn't strike me as the work at home type guy, but he's just like, I don't know, it's Saturday, so he's like got to use the family computer to log into work, right?
I guess so, but I feel like the setup is weird. Maybe in Hawaii is like that, but
there's one thing you're not remembering. 1999.
Yeah,
like everyone just had a big boxy computer in a family shared space, right?
that is true. That is true. I mean, also it's pretty much like a summer home too, right? Like in Hawaii, usually all of them are summer homes esque. So I guess
they live here.
Yeah. I guess that's how it looks like. I do want to age myself. I had that computer. What you had?
I think most people in our generation, their family had a very similar computer to that.
Yeah, I'm sure Daniel has a Macintosh.
No, we weren't a Mac family. We had a Dell computer, but I don't remember what computer he had like at all.
I think it was.
I think it was a Dell. A Dell.
Hello from the other side.
Fire to the deep.
Fire in the rain. The dad tells the dad tells the mom that he hates that his son is spending more time with his crazy dad. The mom said, "Hey, I love your father, but how are you going to tell him the news?"
There's I mean, we can't presume to know his relationship with his Mortal Kombat father. Like it's very clearly like you were too busy surfing to come to my mathletes competition, Dad. Like that's the kind of disconnect we have here. One's an uptight guy and the other one's an easygoing.
You were too busy shredding and being the coolest.
Yeah. Also, speaking of shredding,
all my friends liked you better than me.
speaking of shredding, shredded. every time he was like, "Hey, Grandpa," I was like, "This is the most in shape cut grandfather." Like,
He looks
yeah.
good.
He looks good. How old is
Uh,
he during filming here?
I don't know. Well, when was the first Mortal Kombat film? That was 1995.
I guess eating a bunch of people's brothers' souls really keeps you in good shape.
It's true.
There's a lot of souls. But yeah, I'm sure he's like in his 40s around there.
40s.
I'm
40-year-old
sure.
grandfather.
Oh, let me check online here. I'm really curious now because he does look really, really good.
Like, I wouldn't necessarily have any problem believing he's a grandpa, except for all the times that he takes his shirt off and you're like, that's not a grandpa. But I don't know, maybe he's just in shape.
Well, okay, right now he's 74 years old. So
Real life.
real life. So he right now. So in 1999, he must have
So it's
been
26 years ago.
Yeah,
So how old is he now? 70.
you're
what?
74.
So he would have been
In his
late
50s?
40s.
late
Yeah.
40s.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's probably too young to be a grandpa, realistically, especially considering how old the dad was. But I'm sure he was playing older than he actually was.
Probably.
Yeah. Well,
Or, that's just how surfers do it,
they don't crack.
Actually, the way it works for surfers, specifically islander surfers, is one day you just get on your board, you paddle out, and then you come back to shore with a baby. Like, no one really knows the mysticism that happens in between,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what he did.
Was that is this somehow a Moana reference?
No,
I'm sure-
it's just real life.
I'm sure there's some things Moana took from Johnny Tsunami. That's for sure. Well, in the next morning, the parents broke the news to Johnny that they are going to New England, aka Vermont, where Bernie Sanders live, because of Dad's new promotion. Johnny was seriously upset, so he surfed with his friends for the final time.
He is seriously upset, but all things considered, him being like, what do we think? He's like 13, maybe
Yeah.
14. He took it pretty well. Obviously he has to deal with some shit that he doesn't want to in this movie, but for the most part, he's just like, well, I'm here, so might as well do it.
He's just rolling through the punches. I mean, when they broke the news to him, we can see that little not smirk, but more like a fake smile.
Yeah, the spark kind of dies in him. He's like, oh.
It sucks. Well, I have a question. Have you guys moved to a different state due to parents' employment?
All of us.
Yes. Literally all of us.
Literally all three of us in this call. Yeah. Daniel's from Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
which is not super far, but
It's like a 12-hour drive.
yeah. I'm originally from California, and Abrar, you're, as stated before, from New York.
Yeah.
So yes, we've all been relocated.
We all experienced Johnny's pain.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just remembering the flashbacks when I was a kid.
I'll be real with you, though. I mean, apparently living in Hawaii is not great. Just like real in the real world. I'm sure it's better in the fiction that is this movie. But like his friends in Hawaii seem like real fucking tools.
Yeah.
A little bit. But they're nice.
I think his friends in Vermont are better.
I agree with that. We'll get into that. Later that day, he talked to his grandpa for the last time, and Grandpa said,
Dies.
No. Grandpa talked about how you'll find the goodness in everything. That's why Johnny's nickname is Pono, which means goodness. Thoughts on the scene?
That's the name of a fish girl from a Ghibli movie. We all seen it.
No, that's Ponyo.
Same thing.
Pono. But yeah, thoughts on the scene? They were walking by the beach. Final time.
I like Johnny Tsunami. the character.
Look, again, this is why I want to talk about this film. The existence of the Brown Boy Wonder podcast is because of this.
The entire existence of the podcast?
The whole podcast.
Because of this, yes.
Because your first episode was you telling a story about how some lady pushed you out to sea,
Yeah.
and it reminded you of Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah. Again, we're in the ocean, right? So it connects.
Yeah, it connects more than it should.
I don't even doubt for a second that every single time you see the ocean, you think of Johnny Tsunami. That's the kind of like broken brain you have.
Yeah.
No, it's that, and then of course me almost drowning in that the lady when that lady pushed me. But
She did almost kill you. That's
yeah, she did.
Objectively true.
But I think it was my fault because I was not paying attention. I just want to relax on the waterbed.
Hey, real fast, just in case you ever want to take that to court, you should never admit that it was your fault on recording.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to cut it out.
Kind of too late now.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure the lady is somewhere else around the world. I don't know where she is.
Well, she's probably still at it, pushing little brown kids out to sea.
Yeah, it's more socially acceptable now than ever.
That sounds like a movie to me.
Yeah, we just watched it.
All right, cast the lady.
You gotta cast the lady.
No, I'm telling you, cast who plays the lady that pushes brown kids out to the ocean.
Queen Latifah.
Nicole Kidman.
Queen
Nicole-
Latifah.
I think Nicole Kidman would work.
Somehow,
I was thinking like Kathy Bates.
somehow being lost
Oh.
at sea feels good in a place like this.
I love that ad. I watch every night. They move to the snowy Vermont. While the parents are adjusting, Johnny is trying his best. They move into a new house, and Johnny wanted to talk to his grandpa, but his dad was like, "Hell nah! Here's your class schedule." Then Johnny goes to class, which is a private school. He sat next to our bully in the movie, Brett. Thoughts on this scene here?
Which one, the Brett scene or the dad not letting his son call the grandfather scene?
Both. Let's start with not letting him to call his grandpa.
Messed up.
Yeah, it is.
Let him call his grandfather. You just displaced child, and he's like, "I want to call my grandpa, who I love." And your words for him are, focus on what's ahead of you, not what's behind you. We're never talking to grandpa again. He's dead to us.
He's dead to us. Granted,
All
we
right.
do find out later that he's like barely ever actually at home. So
Yeah,
Usually,
he does.
you know.
never.
He does get a phone call through, and Johnny Tsunami is just like casting out a fishing net outside, not answering the phone.
Yeah.
Well, now to the Brett situation here. He schooled him when Brett said, "What planet did he beam down from?" And Johnny says, "Hawaii, bruh. It's actually a state, not a planet." I was like, got him.
Yeah. Oh snap.
Snap.
Johnny doesn't do himself any favors by how many times he says "bruh." I guess.
Uh-huh.
Like he's very actively like, and I know that I don't know if the culture shock would be this big in real life, but in the nature of this movie, he does have culture shock. He's just like, aren't we all just hang loose, you know? And they're like, no, obviously not. But let's.
I go to
I mean,
private school. I don't do anything loose.
Other than that, it's just like it's so like aggravating in the pit of your stomach when you get these stereotypical like, oh, look
Yeah.
at Mr. New Kid. What does he think he is? Coming from a different state or something? It's like, well, yeah.
Oh, look at him with his puka shells. What's he think? He's Hawaiian or something? I literally am. Oh, look at Big Man.
Big man from a big island.
Oh, look at Johnny Tsunami over here.
Oh, he thinks he knows how to surf just because he knows how to surf?
Oh.
It's like, what is your problem?
That's our Brett. But our girl Xenon, Emily said all the islands' names: Hawaii, Kauai, Niue, Maui, Molokai, Hawaii, and Kauai. The way the Yeah.
I believed it when she said it. I don't know if half the stuff you said is true.
I said that
I'm sure he was reading it, but just said the words wrong.
I have the names, but I can. I got the
sorry,
first
right?
half right.
Having the names didn't help
probably.
you.
I do wonder if this scene was done like all of the what's his name, Brando in the Superman movies, how he was just like, I don't want to learn the script, and so they had to like write the script on everything around him so that he could read it. I bet it was the names were just up on the chalkboard,
written on a whiteboard in whatever school they rented for the weekend. Yeah.
I'm sure. The way the teacher looks at Johnny was, interesting.
She does give him a couple of like, oh, you stinker looks throughout the movie, and I'm just like, what is she? Who is this character? Why do we get nothing of this woman?
She doesn't help anything in this whole movie. Well, actually, no. She doesn't help at all. The next scene is pretty sad. We see Johnny eating alone at the cafeteria, and his dad visited him, and he was like, shit, he's a loser, and he just left him.
Well, first, he very bravely decides, like, all right, I'm going to go sit next to this cute girl who knows all the names of the Hawaiian Islands. But then, of course, Brett shows up and he's like, this is my seat. Take a walk, island boy. And then he goes and sits at a complete barren table.
But the dad should just... I know he's alone.
Come into school and sit with his son?
Yeah, that'd be worse, actually. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. You know what it reminds me of? So in kindergarten class, my first day in kindergarten, my mom with her big camcorder was filming me in the class. If you look at the footage, if I still have it, I'm just looking down, crying at the floor. It's very. Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to find that footage.
It's one of those.
I need to see that.
It's one of those VHS tapes. I have it somewhere, but yeah.
There's ways to convert that to digital.
There is. I think she filmed me for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes of you just and they're like, "Ma'am, we're trying to start the school day," and she's just not acknowledging the teacher as her son just stands in the middle of the class and cries. Was that in New York or was that here?
That was here. That was here in Irving, Texas.
Oh my God! So they moved you. They moved you, and then they were like, "Here you go, cry."
I was. There's literally tears in my ears. In my eyes.
In your ears.
I'm just looking at the ground. I remember there's a blonde kid next to me, blonde white kid next to me, and there's like I think she was white, or no, I think she was Asian in front of me, and they're doing kid stuff, but I'm just crying, looking at the floor, looking at my shoes. And I'll find that tape eventually.
Now, were you crying because you didn't want to go to school, or were you crying because your mom was making a scene out of it?
It was because my mom. Well, so again, I understand Johnny Tsunami here. We see Johnny dropped his magazine in the hallway, and Brett picked it up, and Johnny said that the page is zip rips, bruh. Again, bruh. And he said the most racist thing ever. Brett said, "You're in America now, boy. Try speaking English."
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely
Now,
said that.
okay. Now, the funny thing is,
The most important part to point out, yes,
is that this isn't even the second. This is the second time that we've heard that exact same thing in these movies, because Brink's dad says that exact same shit.
that's true. But he got away with it because his son was white.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, obviously, the immediate joke that hopefully kids picked up on watching this is that Hawaii is part of America.
Exactly. Well, Brett's friend said, "Do these girls look like this in Hawaii?" Johnny said, "Yeah, you can give it back to me when you're done."
Uh-oh.
Is that
okay. I had that same thought. I was like, hold up,
Wait a minute.
Johnny, you're wild. And but yeah, then this is another instance of like Johnny like shows them this magazine. Is like, oh yeah, you can just give that back to me whenever you're done. And then like the page it's open to is about Johnny, and it's just like surfing wonderkind wins competition, best young surfer in Hawaii, and this kid's like, oh, this kid thinks he's special because he's in a magazine.
This guy thinks he's special because he's special, huh?
I mean, again, this situation reminds me of the You Wish scene where the dad catches Tweety cutting the heads of his brother. Can't remind me of that.
Cutting the heads of the brother? Oh, the magazine.
Yeah,
magazine.
He made the like suicide note / fat material thing. There's been a lot of like veiled masturbation jokes in these movies.
It's crazy.
That one, I feel this one was absolutely on purpose, though.
Yes, the joke was right there. You can't like miss it.
But if it was, then he was like, "Hey, while you're spanking into pictures of these girls, my picture's in there too, but don't worry about it."
Yeah, when you're done, check out how cool I am at surfing.
He's very cool. Brett offered Johnny to ski with him, and Johnny accepts. Johnny buys his ski equipment with Emily, aka Xenon, and then he trips over and falls into more ski equipment. Thoughts on Johnny skiing for the first time? I thought he did pretty bad.
You thought he did? He almost died.
He did almost die.
Which would have been a murder because he was pushed.
Yeah, but they would have gotten away with it.
They would have because they're rich and white and skiing.
Yeah. You can get away with anything if you're skiing.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, Johnny went home and starts to feel homesick, so he calls his grandpa, but he didn't pick up.
Because he was throwing fishing nets.
Yeah. But his dad walked in and lectured him on what's important in front of him. His mom brought his uniform. Have you got... Yeah.
Well, I know that you don't have a good relationship with your father. Let your kid love his grandpa. What the hell is your problem?
Yeah, as the dad,
like if grandpa was an alcoholic or it was like an evil man, I would get it. But he's just like, I just want to go surfing and eat pineapples, bruh.
Yeah, but is there a future in that? I don't know. Maybe the dad is right.
Clearly, there's one in Hawaii. If you hadn't moved your kid,
well,
grandpa's doing just fine. He's like an island celebrity.
He is, literally. But have you guys ever felt homesick before?
No, I hate every place I live.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to put it. Not majorly, I guess. Just if you go out of town, you're like, I miss my house and my bed, but not like. Or I guess when you're younger and you travel away, you leave your family for a while or something.
There's definitely stuff in Missouri that I want to go and see again, but I wouldn't say I'm like homesick about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, at this point, I've lived in Texas longer than I've lived in California, so that doesn't really feel like home anymore.
Right.
But also Texas sucks. So home, you know what they say, home is where your stuff is.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about it, Abrar? Because you were banished. They said we have to get rid of Abrar so we can get Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, and then they threw you out.
Every time the Jets don't make the playoffs, they have to banish one New York citizen, and that year it was you.
Well, I guess I got my education in Texas, not New York. So I guess I didn't really feel homesick, the term. But again, I think when I left Texas, I was like 7 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I didn't really experience New York for the most part. But of course, I always visit. So I guess I feel homesick in that sense. I don't know.
Yes.
When I leave home, I miss my cat.
Do you?
Does that count?
Do you have pets in San Diego?
I've had pets my entire life, yeah.
Oh. Do you left them in San Diego? One of them?
Did I never no.
Oh.
They came with me.
Well, maybe
And then-
Philip Rivers miss
and
you.
then they died
Oh.
because they got
Oh.
old, and then I got new ones. Yeah, I hope
Ah.
Philip Rivers misses me. I was his only fan.
Those charges were great. But the next day we see Johnny wearing his own style of his uniform with a Hawaiian button shirt, but he went to the principal's office for it while his teacher nods her head like, "Oh, you're a funny kid." He meets up with Emily at the principal's office and finds that Emily's dad is the principal. She said he hates kids violating the dress code. Ah, shit. Johnny
funny.
talked to the principal, and he said, just wear the uniform normally. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
So it looked like Emily was teasing or flirting with Johnny here.
Ayo.
I like it. Now we get our bus ride home. He met our cyborg or Jed Jackson, Sam. He told him that his private school is where the students are all skiers, and the other is a public school where all the students are snowboarders.
I'm just
Johnny-
not picking up on this. It's a school bus that picks up kids from the private
Both.
school and the public school.
Yeah.
How does that work? Well, it's not really. It wasn't a school bus. It wasn't yellow. So do you think it's just like public transit?
I
Maybe.
guess so. It was blue, I think, the bus. So yeah, that was public.
It could also just be that the private school or whatever has special buses. I don't know.
We don't allow the urchins and the skies to mix. We have elite buses, an elite fleet of buses.
Oof.
And if should an urchin touch it, they will be shot on sight.
Damn. Well, Johnny wanted to learn snowboarding, but Sam said, "Nah, I can't do that." In the library, then the next day, Johnny asked if she wanted to snowboard. She asked Emily if she wanted to go snowboarding, and she was like, "That's against school code. We only ski here. We are skies, not urchins." So this particular area has some segregation here. But did our high school had this division of segregation?
No, not like that.
No. So our high school was a very odd place where it was a brand new high school. We were part of the first class to attend it. And it was also just terrible. Like, we had a lot of teachers that didn't know how to do their jobs. Like, half the teaching staff were also coaches, which is not
Yeah, that's pretty
necessarily
normal.
unnormal. But I just feel like it was, I don't know, maybe personal bias because we went there, but I feel like a lot of ours were just bad and bad people, come to find out later. But yeah, we kept making the news for doing bad shit, and we were like the highest.
We were only on the news once for bad things and once for good things.
We were like the highest like drug populated school of the
We were?
district. Yeah, we were.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I think
I don't know
I
if I
think-
believe that though, because like we were the school that like bought drugs. The other school sold drugs. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Can we say school names? Is that fine? Are we
No,
allowed?
no, don't say it. I still live too close.
Oh, that's true.
That's your problem, not mine, baby.
You live like 3 streets down.
I'm far away.
You're further.
Yeah, you'll never find me.
It's purple.
Our school was bad. What was the question?
Did
we have a rival? My point was I think that just like other schools were like, don't talk to them.
The thing is, like, I mean, you say we were a bad school. I don't even necessarily disagree. We weren't the bad school in our district, though.
I don't think we were by the time we started, but we were by the time we ended.
No, even still, there's at least 2 that I would say are definitively worse than us.
See, the difference we're seeing here is Daniel has some school pride.
I don't even no, not even
He
school
was
pride.
on the
I just,
yearbook
like,
committee. He has pride in his school.
it's not even school pride. It's just like I know the other schools, and at least 2 of them are awful.
That's you know what? That's fair.
The one that Christian came from, that he did his freshman year at, is worse than ours.
Christian
Oh.
said that there was like an attempted murder or something. When teacher was pushed down the stairs at that one.
Yes, yeah. And then the one that is named after the county that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 are worse than the school we went to.
I think North Texas schools are just bad.
Maybe I do know the rich folk school down by where I work. That one is considered to be one of the better ones in Texas, unfortunately.
Was
they
that
were
our
disguised.
alleged rival?
No, our rival was well, I can't say, this is so hard to talk around. They live no, it was a different school.
So I guess we were the urchins of our district.
No, what's lower than an urchin?
No, I'm telling you, there were worse.
Well, okay, so even if there are people less, I'm saying we're worse than this school. We never even see the urchin school, but I think we're probably worse.
Fine, yeah.
That is true.
Than this school. Yeah, but we didn't have this like weird nonsense of like, you can't go out to the poor side of the mountain. I don't even want to see a snowboard. Like, we didn't have any shit like that.
Mm.
The people at our school like were dickheads, but they weren't. I don't know. They weren't like that.
I just know that our high school, if I remember fondly, was kind of positive when it comes to like protests and stuff. So I like that part of the school.
I don't know what you're talking about, because the protest our school was locally famous for was a bunch of people trying to get a pedophile to keep his job.
Not that one.
It became more about everyone just wanted to walk out of school than it became about anything else.
Yeah, I guess so. I thought it was getting teachers higher pay. I thought that was the protest.
That was not the protest. It was one very specific teacher got fired, and people started to get upset about it, and then everyone was like, we can use this as an excuse to walk off school property. And then everyone got attention for it.
Oh, I didn't get detention. Oh
Well,
no,
I didn't attend. I didn't do it.
I think it was only like a very small number of people who got detention for it. The majority, like, there were too many. It was the same thing as the like senior prank thing, where they couldn't give people detention because too many people did it. So they could only do like a handful of people that were like ringleader type shit.
Well, for those who are listening, our high school is pretty ghetto. So
Yeah.
GG. Well, although Johnny goes to skier school, he would prefer to snowboard because he thinks it's more like surfing. Although he had a hard time at first, he eventually learns how to snowboard with the help from Sam. Yeah, we get him talking to Randy, one of the snowboard owner of the store. He was pretty cool. His name was Randy.
Did you catch this bit before the ending? Because I didn't.
What?
So when he goes into like the rich ski shop,
Yeah.
there's a guy that runs the ski shop, and he's just kind of like, Johnny knocks over the skis, and this guy's like,
Right.
And then he goes into the poor snowboarding shop, and then he's talking to the snowboarding guy, and the snowboarding guy is all like, oh yeah, shaka bra, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And Johnny just very quickly is like, have we met before?
Oh.
And because the two actors, as we learn by the end, spoilers, the owners of the two shops are brothers,
Yes.
and it's played by the same actor.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the same guy playing both roles.
But how do they put them together in one spot?
Well, they only do that once, and then if you pay attention, you never see both their faces at the same time.
Oh, all these years of watching Johnny Tsunami, I never caught that. I never caught that wave. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Well, again, I'll totally be friends with Randy, the snowboard store owner there. But we
not
get
the other guy.
No, not the other guy. He has glasses. The dots.
Literally all of your friends have glasses. Like all of us. I
know,
think
I
even
know.
you have glasses that you just don't wear all the time.
I don't wear it up close because I'm not. Is it nearsighted or farsighted?
You're about to say I'm not a nerd. That's what you're about to say.
No, there's levels of it. There's shades of gray. I'll say.
How many?
5.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So we get a montage of Johnny learning how to snowboard. He was getting munch, as they say.
What?
Who says that? And also, what did you
Sam.
say?
Sam munch. Munich. That's what Sam says.
Munich? Like
Yeah.
Munich?
No, munch.
There was no N.
What are you saying?
We have to move on. We have
Okay,
to move
but-
on.
But okay, Johnny's been eating snow while he was snowboarding there. Johnny asked, "Why is there a separation between skiers and the snowboarders on this mountain?" Sam mentioned that the whole mountain is used to belong to one dude. When he died 10 years ago, this family divided down the middle. Snowboarders on one side and the skiers on the other side. The problem is the best runs are on the skyline where the skiers go where they ski at. Johnny went to Sam's house and meets his dad, who is a soldier for the army. Is that? I don't think they mentioned if he served at the army or was he stationed somewhere. I don't know.
Well, they live on a base. I assume an Air Force base because we can hear all the planes taking off. Like that's the only. I don't think they ever say where he. I mean, he wears a uniform. If we knew enough about that, we could probably be able to tell what the badges and medals and uniform means. And he serves somewhere.
He's wearing a green uniform, so I thought it was in the army.
Sure.
Well,
maybe he crosses over and appears in that other Disney Channel movie, Tiger Cruise, where they go on the Air Force aircraft carrier.
Yes, I know Daniel loves that movie.
I believe
Never heard
Daniel
of it.
had said he'd never of it. Yeah.
Oh. Well, Sam checks out Johnny's room and they talked about surfing at Hawaii. Johnny thanks Sam for being a friend and looking out for him. Did anybody help you guys out when you were the new kid in town?
No, I beat up the biggest kid in school. That's how I survived.
Oh, damn. I know that big kid at who you mentioned. I think I know who that is.
Steven?
No, he's bigger.
Oh.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, well, let's move on then. What about you, Skyler? Did anybody help you out when you're new into Texas?
Help me out?
Yeah, like a friend.
No. I think the first person that I met that I still talk to, like after high school, which was a long time ago, it's probably Daniel.
Wow.
True.
Yeah.
True. That was pretty early on.
Yeah.
Because you were like homeschooled for a minute, and you were doing.
Whoa, yeah.
It was like
yeah. I moved out here in 8th grade, and then I finished 8th grade in homeschool. I didn't just enroll into a place, and then it started. Freshman year of high school was my first year going to school, meeting people, and one of those people was Daniel.
Boop. It was all downhill from there.
Because we lived on the same street.
So he's your Sam.
Yep. I died.
He's my Sam. He's my Sam from Hulls because he looked at me and said, "I can fix that."
I'm still working on it. It's a big project.
Oh, you gotta hammer those nails on the top of the roof there.
I can fix that.
I love holes. Emily got mad at Johnny for snowboarding, but Johnny teased Emily that she can't snowboard. Eventually, Emily met up with Johnny and Sam to snowboard. Emily is pretty cool.
I need to jump in. I don't know if you can hear it. I would like to apologize. Someone on my street has decided that 10 o'clock p.m. the day after the 4th of July is the best time to start setting off fireworks. So if you can hear little pops coming from me, don't know if you can, I apologize. You can continue.
I don't hear it from my side, but I'll probably hear it after post. But yes, of course, we're recording the day after July 4th, so happy July 4th to...
You're not going to hear this in post. You don't edit these.
You just said we had a whole thing about you glitching out, and you were like, it's staying in. You're just going to export immediately.
No. If it's very inappropriate, I will edit it out. But when it comes to these things, no, I won't edit it out.
Okay, so remember, if you want him to edit something out, just start yelling swears and slurs.
I know the magic word that makes him edit things out.
No.
That's right.
I don't stop. She crashed down, and she's hanging for dear life. Sam tried to save her, but he's also hanging for dear life. There's only one man that can save both of them, and that is Johnny.
The ski guy in the cart.
Yeah. Well,
that's the guy that can save the day.
Well, who brought him? It was Johnny. Johnny boards down to help this with some sick moves, and he brought some help with the local medical guy. Later, Brett told Johnny not to come near to Emily. We get a family talk between Johnny and his parents. The dad told him, just go in your room and do homework and not get in trouble. And he also disses his own father.
And don't call your grandpa. You're not allowed.
Damn. The mom was like, dude, let him be who he is. As Johnny was talking to his grandpa, the mom told Johnny that his father and grandfather don't see eye to eye in things. During one incident in the mountain, the urchins decide to ride the side of the mountain that belongs to the skiers and are by the skies. A quick fight ensures between Johnny and Brett, but immediately dispersed when a snow ranger arrives. Yeah.
Ski Patrol, not Snow Ranger. I don't know what that is.
I like Snow Ranger.
He's a Snow Ranger. But yeah, this fight happens. What do you guys thought about this scene? Who started it? I think it was Brett. Brett pushed him first.
Brett 1000% started it.
He started it by virtue of being an asshole.
Yeah. Well, he also threw the first punch and he literally started it. But I am surprised that. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I was gonna say I'm surprised that Johnny didn't win more handedly. But he is smaller. He is kind of like a weak little baby boy. So
he's a surfer, dude. Man.
Yeah.
Like what? He's not a. There's a fighter and a lover. I think he's more of a lover than the fighter.
I think I could take a surfer.
Yeah, because he gave the kid his magazine and said, "Give me back when you're done."
Exactly. When Johnny arrives home after a meeting with his parents and the principal concerning the fight with Brett, Sam tells Johnny that he is moving to Iceland, as are his father's orders since he is a sergeant major. Oh, I got it here. In the U.S. Marine Corps. Okay. That makes sense.
You know, what else was funny there is because he said earlier, Sam said that he's always lived cold places all his life.
Yeah.
And then he said, I'm moving to Iceland. I'm never going to escape the cold. And it's funny because, as we all know, allegedly, because I've never actually looked into it, but apparently Iceland is a green place and Greenland is the icy place.
Yes, that is correct. Shouldn't they? I think we're in 2025. Shouldn't they just switch the names?
Oh, you want them the Gulf of America?
Oh, actually, okay. I don't want that. Let it be how it is. I'm not going through that route of that. The current president.
Well, wait. Wasn't our current president? Doesn't he want to steal one of those places?
I think it was Greenland.
Yeah, it was Greenland. He wants to rename it Red, White, and Blue Land, but he hasn't talked about that for a while because his dementia fell off.
It's stupid. I think if he gets it, he's like, we're going to get them both, and then we're going to fix the names. Everybody hates the names. They're backwards. We're going to fix them so they'll be right. I think
Look,
that was his plan.
if the bastard wants to get a 51st state, he should just give states' rights to Puerto Rico. We've been taxing them and not giving them any kind of representation for like 50 fucking years.
Yeah. Taxation.
I think we should combine the Dakotas.
North and South.
Mm-hmm.
Call it Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
But then, guess who owns that state?
I don't know.
Dakota Fanning.
So it's going to say Dakota Fanning. Yeah.
Well done. Let's move on.
Intent on doing something to prevent the move, Johnny and Sam flies to Hawaii on a cargo plane to stay with Johnny's grandfather. Do you guys think this was a good plan?
This was the most insane thing of the movie. They stow away on like a Marine Corps plane,
Yeah.
and they
We don't even
escape
see
to
it.
Hawaii. No,
it just cuts and they're in
they
Hawaii.
just show up on the beach. They, as far as we know, they teleported until they say that they stowed away, and then they're just walking down the beach, and there's Grandpa.
It's like there's no runways at the airport. It's just they just landed on the beach.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we need. I'm sure there's a deleted scene of the scene of them riding on the cargo plane out there.
Killing a guard so they can sneak on.
Yeah, something like the movie Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg.
Sam stuck behind a guy with a piece of piano wire.
Just like Jet Jackson.
Jet Jackson, Cyborg.
VP.
VP. Johnny and Sam are having a great time in Hawaii, surfing and enjoying the warm weather. Grandpa and Johnny talked on the phone. Grandpa said, "Oh no, Johnny." Grandpa talked to the dad, and Grandpa said they will come back when they are ready. The dad is pissed off, but the mom said he missed the old Pete Kapahala, and she doesn't want to hear. She don't want to lose her son. Thoughts on this scene? It's very intense.
I think is both incredibly based, if I may use a modern word, and also horrifically irresponsible for Johnny Tsunami to be like, they'll come back when they come back. What about school, Grandpa?
Yeah, I mean, legally it is probably still kidnapping, which is unfortunate. But
he's harboring fugitives, if anything.
Well, but if the parents are like buying a plane ticket and he's just not putting them on it, yeah, I mean,
it's not his fault. He's one with the ocean.
Hey man,
yeah, he's gonna become a manta ray.
Ooh,
you see, that's from Moana.
That's
yes.
Yeah, I don't know. The grandpa really like kind of saves this movie in the second half. Like he is Johnny Tsunami, go figure, is the linchpin of this whole movie. He is the thing that makes this movie work at all.
100%.
And I think this is where it starts, because up until this point, he's just kind of like in the background going "Q" or whatever. It isn't until now that you start like understanding that he isn't just like some bum. Like he understands all the different. Like he understands why his son is the way he is, and he understands like you just have to let people do what they're going to do and like support them doing the things that they actually want to do. Like this is where you start getting an actual grasp of who this character is.
Exactly. Grandpa teaches Sam how to surf. Also, Grandpa talks to Johnny about following his dreams. After Johnny and Sam enjoys their trip, they decide to come back to Vermont because it was the right thing to do. With Grandpa, and Grandpa the way he went to visited Vermont, he was like, he had his his Hawaiian shirt only.
Yeah.
Oh no, he had a jacket, but he was cold.
He was less cold than Little Johnny when he first showed up. He was like, "How cold could it be?" And then he was freezing running the car. Johnny Tsunami was kind of like, I'm one with nature, bro.
Well, later that night, Grandpa and the dad had a serious talk about Johnny having fun and the relationship between them. Pete, the dad, looked back at his childhood photos and realizes what he was missing. This scene was the heart and soul of this entire film.
Mm-hmm.
Along with Johnny's grandfather, to his amazement, finds out that his grandfather has a great snowboarding ability, and they decide to ride the skier's side of a mountain, where the best riders are. Brett and his gang meet Johnny and his grandfather, Faja, and they decide to have one race challenge between Brett and Johnny. If Johnny wins the race, then the skiers must share the mountain with the snowboarders. If Brett wins, then he is awarded the Tsunami Medal, a prize given to the best surfer in Hawaii. Before the race, Pete the dad told Johnny he's not grounded anymore. He apologizes for everything, and they are cool again. Do you guys think the dad redeemed himself as a character?
Yeah. In the same way of who was another dad? I like remember how in Brink, how the dad was like, I don't understand the youth and I hate my son, but by the end he had that little talk with his son.
Yes.
And he was like, I get it. I just choose not to. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Johnny's dad here had a better version of that.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Daniel?
Yeah, no, that is about right, I would say. I think I don't necessarily know that he needed to like redeem himself. Like I don't think he did anything wrong. Like moving your family for a job isn't like a bad I mean it's bad, but it's not like a villainous activity.
They were just on different pages, basically.
Yeah, he was just like, I don't want you to end up being like my dad. And then he found out later that his dad's actually a chiller. And he was like, okay, maybe that's fine.
I don't want you to end up being like the coolest man in the world.
Johnny wins the race even though Brett plays some dirty tricks throughout the race, allowing him and Emily to begin a relationship. The race was really quick. It was like 5 minutes of the film. Like towards the end.
It was. It went by real fast.
Really fast. Yeah, and of course, the biggest thing is he put the Tsunami Medal on the line here. I thought that was a big deal.
Yeah. So even though it was Johnny Tsunami who put it on the line.
No.
And he was like, I was like, I believe in you, grandson, you got it. If little Johnny had lost, I think Grandpa would have never talked to him again.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he might probably disown him.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, Johnny's parents decide to throw a celebration party. The two brothers who own the opposite sides of the mountain finally revealed their story, as Skyler mentioned before. Their parents couldn't agree on what happened when they inherited the mountain, which ended up being split between two families. The brothers finally reunite, and the ending scene shows Johnny and Emily dancing together. That was it for Johnny Tsunami.
I think it's a little too idealistic of an ending because they're just like, we'll just bridge the class divide and we'll all ski and board together. Like I think people in the rich school are still going to be shitters.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't know though, because it's also, I mean, they will, but I don't know that it's like people from the rich school. I think it's just Brett. Like everyone else seems fine. Like Emily's cool. Have a point there. The other kid with like the sort of scruffier hair was fine. I mean, he was gonna whack it to that magazine, but otherwise he was fine. The one, like even the teachers and the Emily's dad were like, they were fine. They were all just like normal people who were like kind of shitty. But like Brett is the only real villain here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, with a name like Brett, what do you expect?
Yeah, it's fair point.
Yeah, again, right? Urchins and skies are good and bad people in both, and it's pretty much in anything.
Modern day Montagues and Capulets.
Oh, are you talking about Romeo and Juliet? I like that.
Yes.
This was like
just like Taylor Swift sang.
Yeah, okay. This is the reimagined Romeo and Juliet, Johnny
Yeah,
Tsunami.
and the Romeo is Johnny and Juliet is sport on a board.
Well, fantastic. Well, that was the end of the movie there. Are we giving Johnny Tsunami a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Thumbs.
Wait. Can you turn your camera back on so I can see your reaction?
Yeah, that's a good
Oh
point.
man, if it's working, let's see. Let's see. Good call, by the way. I forgot about the camera part.
It's been off for a while.
So working. Oh,
Oh,
All right, Daniel, let's both say it at the same time.
Oh!
Ready? Oh my god.
He just-
Goodness me.
God, he just got hit by a tsunami.
Yeah. That's what
Oh.
happened. All right,
Okay.
Daniel, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs down.
loser.
Whoa! What the hell? Whoa! Let's be serious, guys. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up, bro. I give it a thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
pretty good.
I'll start with you, Skyler. Why do you give it a thumbs up?
I think it's well made and it's well told, and every player in it is pretty all right and good. Still your basic, kids straight to TV movie, but it was a fun one, cute. I'm trying to think, and I'm not just saying this because this is Abrar's favorite thing ever. It might be the best one we've watched so far.
Ooh, I like that. Better than Smart House.
Well, I think it's definitely technically better than Smart House. Smart House, the first one we watched, and really good for what it is.
Yeah.
But it is really cheap, and it
True.
kind of feels that way. This one
It had a lot
just
of
feels
special
like-
effects. This one didn't have
Yeah.
to worry about. The only thing this movie had to do was swap out the actor who played Johnny with a grown ass adult a couple of times in the background
on a-
and pretend
on
we
A
wouldn't know.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to look at the list, but I think this one ranks high.
I agree with you, man. What about you, Daniel? Is this your favorite DCOM?
Of the ones we've watched or in general?
Let's say the ones we watch.
This ain't no Twitches too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What? No, it's not my favorite of the ones we watched. I think it is really good. I would still put Smart House above this. I think Smart House has a better emotional core to it. And I would put Xenon above it because I think Xenon is just so much more iconic. You know what I mean? But
we have Xenon in here.
Yeah, we sure do. But this is, I would say, probably the third best of the ones that we've watched. And I think we do have at least 2 more from my memory that I think I would put above this coming up.
Right.
But I think it's really good. I think there are a couple of actors that I think really carry this movie on their back, namely Sam and Grandpa. I think that they really are the probably the best parts of this movie. Everyone else is just kind of, generic Disney Channel type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But those two, I think, elevated a little bit above that. My really only negative with this movie is I feel like it does try to do too much, and we don't really get a whole lot of great payoff for a lot of it. There are so many different threads that they're sort of following between. It's it's about isolation. It's about living up to expectations. It's about repairing this relationship with his father, and then also the relationship between his father and his grandpa, and maybe also a romantic relationship. And then it's about classism. There's so many different parts that are trying to come together into this movie, and I think they do a decent job of wrapping them up. But none of them really get
level compared to really digging into it.
Yeah, and none of them really get a great sort of finish to it, other than I would say the probably what the main one is, which is the relationship between him and his dad and his grandpa. I think that one pays off the best.
Right.
But I would still give it for sure a thumbs up. I think it's a really fun movie. This is definitely if you were making a list of probably top 10 DComs all time, this would probably be on there. I'd hazard a guess. I mean, I haven't watched all of them, but
I went on TikTok live. You know how I usually ask people questions?
Yeah, how you harass random strangers and you say, like, I'm the Brown Boy Wonder. What's your favorite decom?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I said, a random streamer, I said, hey, have you watched Johnny Tsunami? They're like, yeah, I've seen Johnny Tsunami and Xenon. I asked 2 people and they agreed. They have seen it. So I feel like
they agreed they've seen it.
they've seen it. So I think this is the most popular, I would say top 3 popular decoms.
Well, yeah, 100% of the people you polled said that they've seen it. All 2 of them.
Yeah. But other than that, of course, there's the reason why I'm doing this, as I said in the beginning, a huge thumbs up for this movie. As you guys mentioned, all that I agree with. But yeah, the movie is very iconic. Again, I think it's because of the you get the waves, right? You get the ocean, you get the vibe of the movie. So that's why I love the movie there. And again, all that you guys said. All right. I'm glad we did this here, guys. But before we end this, you guys know what it is, right?
I know.
What time
this
it
is
is.
the part I've been waiting for. This is the part that I came into this, and I want to know who you're gonna pick.
Can you show?
Yeah.
I think I know.
I hope I know, but we'll see.
So as we all been waiting for, it is time for Battle of the Guardians. Of course, every decom we watch, we battle which Guardian is the best. So at the moment, it is the champion, the reigning champion, undefeated champion since decom 1. It is Smart House Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is time for Smart House Dad versus. I thought about this really hard because there are 2 characters. The one character is like, but towards the end is like, but the second character is like, at the end is like, if you know what I mean.
My heart is beating very fast.
So Smart House Dad versus Grandpa Johnny Tsunami.
I was gonna say, depending on who you pick, I think we have a new champion, and I think you just picked the new champion.
Yes. Daniel, what are you thinking here?
You didn't say who it was yet. What do you mean? What am I thinking?
Oh no, we gotta decide.
He said Grandpa.
Oh, you said Grandpa. Okay.
Yeah, Grandpa.
Okay.
Were you not here for this? Were you here?
I wasn't paying attention, I guess. You went off on a tangent and I blacked out.
Yeah, that
Okay,
happens.
Smart House Dad versus Grandpa Johnny Tsunami.
I think if you had picked the dad would have fallen under Smart House Dad. Maybe who's our second place?
Even
I think
Steven's
Aunt
parents.
Judy. You what?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure you put even Steven's parents below Judy, didn't you? It should be Judy. It should be Smart House Dad, Judy, and then I think even Steven's parents were below that.
Oh damn! I messed up this the list here. I think something happened here.
Damn.
Great.
Now you're gonna have to go rewatch all the videos.
Well,
and
yeah.
figure out how
Okay.
I ranked
Luckily,
them.
yeah. You have to listen to the end of each episode because that's unreliable.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
All right, real quick, we're gonna listen to all of the endings again. We'll be
Wait,
right
guys.
back.
Wait. I have another document. Hold on. You guys say something here.
We're sorry that this is Abrar's technically worst made episode ever. And he's gonna edit none of it out.
I can't believe he's not gonna edit this part out too. Wait, we can just start saying that word that he has to edit out.
Oh, that's true.
No.
Abrar, we tell people on our own show to come listen to this, and you're embarrassing us.
Again, every show has technical difficulties, right?
Technical difficulties.
If you have technical difficulties on the Lemonade Mouth episode, I'll fight you.
No, there won't be. Damn, I messed up the list there, but I'm sure after post I will say the whole list again with the new winner. Oh, with the whoever wins here. But let's go here. Smart House Dad or Johnny Tsunami Grandpa?
Okay, we'll have to go down to the whole list another time, but I think our new champion is Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Grandpa Tsunami is probably a worse parent, but he's a better character. So I would put him high.
Yeah.
Because we don't know exactly how, but he did have like a wild falling out with his own son. So like something happened there. He was not a good dad. But
I think
he is
the
a good
rift
grandpa.
the rift began when his son said he didn't want to surf, because he has that line in here where he says like, when you quit surfing, to me that was like quitting school.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where their relationship was damaged for a while.
For sure. But like I just mean we don't know like exactly how badly he handled it. But clearly like they barely talk.
Yeah.
But then, you know, truly this movie would have only been made better if it just followed Johnny Tsunami instead of Johnny Kapahala.
Yeah.
Like he is the best character in this movie.
Does Johnny Tsunami return in Johnny Kapahala back on board?
He does. I was just looking up the cast of that a minute ago because I was curious. Also, they recast Sam, so I don't know if the actor had died by then, but it's possible.
No.
I don't
know.
I think he stopped doing Disney Channel stuff.
Maybe, but he was doing Smallville after this, so it's not like he was doing. I mean, CW is not a big step above Disney Channel.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Of course, I always watched also the sequel to this film, Johnny Back on Board. Johnny Kapahala Back on Board. It's pretty much, of course, not the same story, but there's new developments that happen in that movie. So we might watch that next year.
Ooh. Oh no, you're gonna make us do it again. A whole another 12 movies.
No, he was definitely still alive. He died in 2013.
Ah, right. Damn.
He died the summer we graduated high school.
Dang.
Damn. Well, so the new champion, after how many decoms we watched? At least 5 since December.
Bunch.
Yeah. All right. The new champion, Johnny Tsunami Grandpa. Let me write that down. I hope our other participants who have been doing these decoms, Anthony and Ray, hopefully they agree as well. But of course, they're not here. But
in my experience, if they're not on the episode, they don't watch it. So I don't.
I think they watch it. I think they watch it. I think they watch it.
They might not watch it on the ones that they are on.
No, I'm sure they
prove it.
No, I'm sure they listen to it. They listen.
No way to know.
Usually, Ray corrects me on some things that she listens, so they watch.
Okay, we'll see.
All right, we got a new champion, guys. Battle of the Guardian, new champion, reigning, defending, new champion, Grandpa Johnny Tsunami. Congrats. Our next decom of next month of August, it is school time. So we are gonna talk about. It's my first time watching this film, High School Musical.
Oh shit, that's next month?
That's next month.
Woo! I'm actually kind of excited for that. Yeah.
You can bet on it.
Bet on it. I know. I've seen it. I've seen that scene.
Bet on it's High School Musical 2. Don't get too excited.
That's what I said.
Oh. Okay.
Because he's on the golf course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's at his golf course internship or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, no spoilers.
What, have you not seen High School Musical before?
I have not seen it.
That's impossible. I don't believe you.
I have not seen the first, second, or the third one that was in theaters. I was not into it.
I don't think I saw the third one, to be fair.
I have watched the third one. I definitely didn't watch it in theaters. But that one I think got a massive budget increase and does some wild set pieces and stuff.
I don't know if there's any Guardians in that film.
He's got a dad. He's got a dad. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. I was kind of concerned because I don't know. We might put Zac Efron in the Battle of the Guardian. I don't know.
You can just do the lady who is in charge of the school play.
Yeah, I guess you could, but in the first one, his relationship with his father is a big part of it. He's like, you don't do music, you play basketball. It's there. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you. Well, that was it for Johnny Tsunami, my favorite film of all time. Well,
of all time, I did see you gave it.
Walk it back. It's your number one.
I did see you gave it 5 stars.
5 stars, and I hearted it. So,
Wow.
it's not in my top 4 of
Maybe it should be.
Letterboxd.
Maybe it should be.
What should I take out? Disturbia?
Listen, I like Disturbia. The fact that that's 84 is wild.
It's a good movie, man.
It's good.
It came out 2007. He was playing his PSP with, under house arrest. I felt it.
Did you ever eat peanut butter with all that chocolate?
I'm sure I ate something.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about at this point.
All right, I'm gonna go make Daniel watch Disturbia, and then we'll get back to you next time.
You've definitely made me watch worse movies.
Disturbia's not bad.
It's not good.
It's just Rear Window.
You made me. Well, I haven't seen it either. But you made me watch Beach That Makes You Old. So basically, we'll never recover.
I don't apologize for that either.
You should.
I single-handedly introduced you to Midsize Sedan.
Like that.
He wasn't good in that though. Like no one was good in that.
No one was good in it. It was in another film.
You know, I'm adding it to the Hall of Shame. I'm putting Beach That Makes You Old in the Hall of Shame.
Please do.
I'll do that. Well,
wrap it up.
Daniel, where can they find you?
You can find me and Skyler at our podcast Ready Set Replay every Tuesday and Saturday on Spotify and YouTube.
Fantastic. And Skyler, besides that, are you opening a new shop, a snowboarding shop?
Yes.
What's it called?
Yeah, it's called at Skyler 8bit on bluesky.com. And then its sister shop is called at rsr_pod on twitter.com.
Oh, I like that. And of course, you can follow this podcast where you're listening to right now. It's on Spotify. I'm also on Apple. I'm on YouTube at Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. And other than that, just follow me on the other socials at Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. And other than that, guys, let's all say what Johnny Tsunami says.
Yeah.
No, that's The Rock. That's The Rock. He says, "Yee-hoo!" No, that's The Rock.
This has to be a planned bit because I already said Kia.
Yeah, you did Kia. I didn't hear Daniel sing Kia.
You didn't say anything. He left.
I'm not.
Damn. All right. Yee-hoo!